Story 1. How Blessed Dominic raised a widow's son from the dead, as accounted by Blessed Sister Cecilia. Context. St. Dominic had been in Rome to gain permission to start his Ordo Praedicatorum, or the Order of Preachers, from His Holiness Honorius III. Parts of this were taken from Blessed Cecilia and written in my own words, while other parts are lifted directly from the source. I highly recommend reading the original account from the Blessed Sister Cecilia. It is from her, The Legend of St. Dominic. I'll pull most of the miracles of St. Dominic from the source, unless otherwise mentioned. You can find a link in the description. This story takes place in Rome, where St. Dominic had been preaching. The Church of St. Mark is where this great miracle takes place. Lady Tuta of the Buvasco family was a pious woman, and held St. Dominic in high veneration for his sanctity and preaching ability. She had one boy, whose name is not mentioned in the account, who was very, very ill. One day, Lady Tuta felt a strong impulse to go and hear the words and wisdom of St. Dominic at the Church of St. Mark. When the sermon was over, she returned home to find that the child had died. Although she was beside herself with grief, she managed to conceal it in the silence and trusted in the power of God and the merits of Blessed Dominic. She took her child to the church at San Sisto, where St. Dominic and his brothers were staying for their time in Rome. She brought her child to the saint, and besides herself in grief, asked the holy saint to restore her son. St. Dominic was moved by this, and after going a while to pray, came back, made the sign of the cross, and blessed the child, took his hand, and he was raised. St. Dominic told the woman and child to keep it a secret, to keep whole his humility. Word eventually reached the Supreme Pontiff, Honorius III, who commanded it to be preached from every pulpit. St. Dominic asked the Holy Father to rescind that order, so he could once again safeguard his humility. But as these things do, word still got out. And the blessed saint then had a group of pious people following him to receive blessings and even cut pieces off his habit in order to venerate. When the brethren forbade this and stopped the people from cutting off pieces of his habit, the Blessed Father, sympathizing with their devotion, said, "Let them do it, to satisfy this devotion." Those who witnessed this great miracle were Brother Tancred, Brother Otto, Brother Henry, Brother Gregory, Brother Albert, and many others, who later gave the details to Blessed Sister Cecilia, who was then living in the monastery of St. Mary in Tipolo, as well as to a number of other nuns.